this design is going to be over here just on one side of the wreath. So what I want to do is start to kind of set up my perimeter. So a filler flower is a flower that has got a greenery with it, or it's a smaller texture. This one, it can be a berry or stuff like that, and that's what you see us using here. So I'm going to take this one and just tear it down. I've got 26 years of experience creating sunflower wreaths and selling them, and I try to just share that with my students. If you guys are interested in joining our design school class, all you need to do is just text us school to our text number 832-734-5201, and we'll get you on that wait list. Now, here is the main flower in this wreath, daisies. Loaded with gorgeous daisies. And just like mums in the fall, daisies are the hot item in the summer and spring. You can use them any time of year, but they are the bomb diggity. Now, anytime you get a floral bush, you do not have to use the greenery on it. So on this bush, I like to push this greenery down, and then we're going to come in and cut each of these pieces off. We're going to come in, and I'm going to create little daisy clusters. And generally what I could do is do like a cluster of 3 or 4 together, and you want to manipulate them out. Give them a little motion. You left that long stem on there, and we're going to do this and make little clusters and go all around. I just trim that off and then just hold it together. We'll be able to put them all in together. Now the daisies, even though we want them off the base a little, we still want them fairly tight to it. Just like, oh my God, perfect. Just like that. I'm going to use that one at the bottom and pop in a little bit of moss. Moss on your mechanics, MM. Here, let's use 4 together. And you see how they're staggered at different heights? That's important. Stagger those dudes. They cannot be the same height. Okay, 5 clusters here at the bottom. Perfect. Now, we're going to transition and we're going to work this way towards the top. So let me get a couple more pieces cut. So right now you see me pushing down the leaves. Now you're going to have that beautiful bow right in here. So we're going to work above. Then what we're going to do in a second is we have got another filler flower that's going to go in, but I think we should put the bow in next. Just because, and then we'll look for our little holes to just double check anything. Look how pretty this girl is. Look at her. Need the video of how to make the bow? Just let us know in the comments and we'll shoot it to you. I'm going to go under here and attach it right to that section where we transition direction. We're going to tie that on tight right here. And we just don't want to put it very last because we want to make the bow feel like it's part of the design and not just popped on top on this look. We want to work it in. We're going to use this gypsum. It's a little bit darker yellow, which I think adds that nice touch. When you push it up before you cut it, take and rotate the stems. So you see me rotating them when I'm pushing them? Okay. So that is allowing me to get these beautiful little clusters like this. Yeah. So you get that cool looking berry all together. All right. So instead of long and kind of rugged looking, you get a cute little bloom. You see me twisting and pushing. Be careful because you can shoot it right off there. I'm surprised I haven't done one because I usually, oh, that one almost did it. But you see what a big difference that is when I fluff up that piece? Now this is all monochromatic, one color design. So I think it's fun to just pick out a little bit different shades, okay? Now we want to use one piece right in tight to the bow. This always looks great tucked in. Oh God, that's so cute right there. I love that. Same thing on the bottom of the bow. Come on, what are you waiting for? I love to teach you just like this step by step. You can slow down the videos. There's no, chit chat except for on our live videos on weekly where we're together. And it's just, I love to teach you how to do this easily and quickly so you can become a better designer. And you're even going to learn the principles behind each and every step of what we're doing. So you can hear Keleas, that's me, in your ear going, hey, shake hands. Are you too matchy-matchy? Is that balanced? Are you hitting a goal post? All the little things I say. And you guys, I try not to be teachery, but if you want to design like I do and have these type of looks, there's some principles that will help you get there. And see, this is looking great in here. It's coming in real good because it's a little bit lower than the daisy, but it's not as wispy and far out from the base as the greenery and the filler flower we put in. So that combo is nice, guys, nice. Okay, I'm gonna work down here at the bottom and push this one in, coming in a little bit right here. And I got one more piece to finish with. And I think I'm gonna pop it in right here. I love to put like a little surprise in there. So someone, if this is hanging on the door just like this, it would be just like this. Someone comes to your door, they can just see in that little pocket, kind of tucked behind the ribbon. And I just have little special moments with each piece that you can experience from different angles. That is something you want to have in your work. You want to make sure that I'm looking at all these angles. Gosh, this just turned out gorgeous. I'm gonna go grab my last couple of pieces of greenery, and I've got a little bit of filler flower. And what we always want to do is bring the background to the foreground in the design. Once again, more depth, more dimension means more money when you get to sell your work. And even if you don't sell it, you get a higher level of design in that. So what I'm doing here is I'm grabbing some of that fishtail and we're bringing it a little bit more to the foreground. So that means I'm going to pop it in right here close to the bow. Let's put one even overlapping that piece at the bottom of the bow. And you can always take and push these up, just like we did those other gypso bushes, to make little wispy clusters. And you just trim that right down. We're going to pop that right in here just to kind of overlap that. And we call that breaking the plane. I'm going to break the plane of that other floral so it gives this great dimension. We could use that right in here too. We're breaking up the yellow just a little bit where there's a nice piece of yellow really strong. We're going to break that up and layer it. So we're going to come behind the daisies, put that right above the filler flower. Make sure you're not going through the back. We don't want a bunch of wires coming out the back. We want to go into the grapevine. Perfect. Let's put one more piece of greenery right up here next to the bow this way. Kind of fill in that way. Sometimes I might hold the wire with my wire cutters and pull it to get it tight. We didn't pull it tight from the beginning because we weren't sure how many pieces we were going to use for this. But now we know. Now we know, okay? Now, I could use a little bit more of this also to help break the plane of the bow. And I love to do that. Like, don't let that bow just be on top. Make it feel like it's mixed in but not sucked in there, okay? Like it's just in a beautiful design with everything else. Oh, perfect. Right there. Awesome. We got two more little yellow pieces. And if I were you, I'd use those the same way to kind of help define the shape around the bow in here. Bring this one in. Put this one right here. Nice. And then let's put one more that way. Kind of going between the black and yellow. Right in here. And you've got those little accents put in. So simple and sweet. She's beautiful, she's lush, she's compact. Gorgeous daisy wreath, y'all. I can't wait for you to try one. Make sure you share with us, Blue Burritos. I'll see you next time.